Hi, I'm Dr. Nick Atlas, and in this video I'm going to share with you an interesting experiment you can try in your lucid dreams. It's called Seeking the Highest, and it could change the way you lucid dream forever. I've been lucid dreaming for over 20 years, and even did my PhD on lucid dreaming, which was literally a dream come true. Consequently, I work with lots of dreamers, and people often write to me seeking advice about their lucid experiences. In a recent email, for example, a friend of mine said that one night he became lucid and began to fly, when suddenly he remembered a tip I'd shared with him. I suggested that if and when he found himself consciously aware that he was dreaming, that he try something novel. I told him to talk to God. Well, not exactly, but let me explain. According to the descendants of the Tibetan Bon and Dzogchen traditions, dream yoga has existed in one form or another for over 1,700 years, and most likely has appeared in crude forms since humans began dreaming. What this means is that Western lucid dreamers are new to the scene and don't know much about the potential of dreaming in comparison to ancient dream yogis and the Eastern and indigenous cultures throughout the world for whom the veil between waking and dreaming is much thinner. Now, I'm not saying that indigenous peoples can't tell the difference between the two worlds of waking and dreaming. Rather, they don't necessarily regard their dreams as unreal or inferior in the same way that Westerners tend to do. Due to the complicated history of dream psychology, to this day, many Westerners believe that the content of their dreams is, at worst, meaningless, and at best, symbolic. We typically think of dreams as nothing more than fantasy, and often chaotic representations of our unresolved waking life conflicts and unconscious desires. Of course, many dreams are symbolic, though if you're hoping to crack the code, I suggest you throw away your dream dictionary in exchange for a dream journal and a good dream group to share your experiences with. But what if we were to turn this paradigm on its head and imagine a world where waking life is just an interlude between dreams, where anything is possible? It may sound like science fiction, but we wouldn't be the first to think this way, or at least to consider striking a finer balance between the two realms of waking and dreaming in terms of their importance. Remember the Taoist philosopher Chuang Tzu's enduring question: are we humans dreaming we're butterflies, or butterflies dreaming we're humans? Given that lucid dreaming has become increasingly popular in the West, this cultural revolution may actually be underway. There are lots of articles and videos on lucid dreaming, many more than when I started, and that's great. However, most of these rave about the benefits of controlling our dreams, so much so that lucidity and control have become virtually synonymous in the eyes of most novice dreamers. Having spent a large part of my life dedicated to exploring not only the purpose of dreams, but also how to navigate the dream world, I can't help but feel that we're missing the big picture. So let me clarify what I meant when I suggested that my friend talk to God in his lucid dream. Most seasoned lucid dreamers, like the ancient dream yogis, will tell you that the dream time is not only real, but also, in many cases, as real and as meaningful as being awake. In fact, the more we can embody this philosophy, that waking and dreaming are on even ground, and that dreams have intrinsic value, the more our dreams come alive. Oftentimes, this realization sets in after we've learned that we're capable of incredible feats in lucid dreams, yet we're not able to control everything in the dream, and maybe we shouldn't be trying to. Upon further investigation, we discover that all the while there's a higher power or larger awareness in the background of our dreams that occasionally speaks to us or nudges us one way or the other. And here's the best part. This governing force, call it God, your unconscious, your higher self, etc., it's responsive. In other words, you can speak with it, ask it questions, receive invaluable insight, and in some cases, it can even perform miracles like physical and emotional healing that carry over into the waking world. So, if you want to give this a shot, the next time you find yourself lucid, and provided you're not already in the flow, so to speak, let go of trying to control your dream. Instead, Stop what you're doing and ask aloud, what is the highest? Then let the flow find you. To be honest, I still don't know exactly how it works, and I'm not too concerned with trying to figure this all out, especially in the midst of the dream itself. Obviously, we're setting a positive yet open-ended intention for ourselves and subtly exercising our faith in a higher power, even if that's just our larger sense of self and not some kind of supreme being. Regardless of how we explain what's happening, what's important is that we know how to engage the highest when lucid, to listen to it deeply without trying to manipulate it, and to lean into and accept whatever it has to offer, even if it's a difficult realization. It's not quite being in control, and it's not quite being totally surrendered. It's something in between. And as for what happens next, I don't think there's any one outcome, but something will happen, and I'm going to leave that up to you to find out for yourself. I'd love to hear about your experience with this and encourage you to have patience. It may not happen immediately, but if you put your mind to it, it will happen eventually. Please drop your questions and comments below, subscribe and hit the like button, and hit me up if you'd like to learn more about my trainings or want to work together one-on-one. Until next time, safe travels and stay connected.